Pre-game lineups are brought to you by Heartland Mall. UT Tyler, an excellent season underway. They're 7-3 overall. They're 3-2 in conference play, 1-2 on the road this year. And here are the UT Tyler starters for this afternoon. Neil Welch is a 6'1 senior from R.L. Turner High School up in Carrollton. Dexter McMarion, a 6'2 senior. He's out of Pflugerville. Josh Twine, 6'5 senior out of Hemphill. He averages 4.5 a game. Welch 10.5, McMarion 7.5. The other two starters are Michael Johnson, a 6'3 junior out of Longview. He averages 11 a game. And the other starter is Hakeem Kareem, 6'3 senior. He's out of George Bush High School in Houston, averages 12 a game. Welch, McMarion, Twine, Johnson, and Kareem for UT Tyler. Now on the Heartland Mall pregame show, let's look at the Howard Payne starters for this afternoon's ball game. Troy Drummond, by the way, in his second year is coaching Howard Payne. Matt Zenzer in his second year is his assistant. 2-10 overall, 2-6 in conference play, and 1-2 at home this year. The starters are Quentin Callaway, 5'11 sophomore out of Arlington Martin, averaging 5.5 points a game. This is his first start of the season. Keith Perry starts, 6'5 senior out of Kerrville Tybee at 13 a game. John Bryant gets a rare start, maybe his first of the year, I think it is. 6'3 junior out of China Springs. He averages 8 points a game. Brandon Irwin starts, 6'2 soph out of Thorndale at 15.5 a game. And Canyon Payne is the other starter, 6'6 freshman out of Granbury at 5.5 points a game. Callaway, Perry, Bryant, Irwin, and Payne for Howard Payne. The officials for this afternoon's ball game: Herman Dade, Jeffrey Johnson, and Virgil Regans. And we get set to go here in the Coliseum this afternoon. Howard Payne on a nasty run. 7-3 record for UT Tyler. They've lost their last outing on the 3rd to Concordia, 67-65. Howard Payne on a 4-game swoon as they lost to Mississippi College, Manchester, Anderson, and Sul Ross. Their last win was a nice one on the road against Louisiana College, but again, 4 straight losses, including a stinker of a game against Sul Ross on Tuesday when they got hammered 72-47 against a team that wasn't as good as we were. That's what's kind of frustrating about it. Yellow Jackets, and by the way, thanks to Heartland Mall for sponsoring our pregame look at this ball game, and the opening tip controlled by UT Tyler. They're in orange with blue trim, and John Nichols doesn't like this shade of orange. It's somewhere between burnt and
singed.
Dark blue trim on that singed orange. And they get it underneath, and Howard Payne man-to-man defensively, and off the baseline, Kareem shuffled his feet, turned it over, and Howard Payne will get the ball in. John Nichols alongside. I'm Dallas Houston. John won a state championship coaching high school boys ball, so he knows a little something about this sport. Jackets operate to our left here in the first half of the ball game. Perry has it up high to Payne. They shoot the point guard down low and now give it off to Perry on the right side. Bryant with the ball, man-to-man defense for UT Tyler. These teams played a non-conference game right at the start of the season. It was close, 7 or 8 point win for UT Tyler. That was on their home floor, though. Or maybe it was a neutral site, I can't remember. Perry shooting, free throw line shot, no good. Over the back call here on Canyon Payne. And that'll be the first whistle of the ball game. So each team with a possession that doesn't result in anything positive. Our first half here on the Ox this afternoon brought to you by Stanley Dodge. We're at the Coliseum in Brownwood. Lady Jackets win in a blowout, 101-56. And driving in off the right side is Dexter McMarion. Lost the ball, but it rolled over the foot of a Howard Payne player, I think, and they get the ball back in. 35-second shot clock in men's college ball. They lob it in. Oh, they try to lob it short, and they threw it right to Brandon Irwin. Irwin to Callaway, and now inside Payne tries a behind-the-back pass and threw it away. UT Tyler the other direction, 3 on the way. It's down, and they're on the board first on a long one by Neil Welch. They lead 3-0. Well, we saw some threes in that women's game. 13, I think, of 22 for the Howard Payne women. Perry way on the outside. He can shoot a 3, and he can make a few. In fact, there's more than a few. He's one of quite a few on this Howard Payne team that are excellent from long range. Callaway, a runner off the right, banks it in off the glass, and it's 3-2 in favor of the Patriots. Transition game, they get it down in a hurry. Collision underneath. I think they're going to get Payne on a foul as he was trying to cut off the guy with the ball. And that guy is Dexter McMurrian, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, they brought it down the floor in a hurry, and Canyon Payne trying to get set to draw a charge, but didn't get set.
McMurrian misses the free throw, and they'll have to put Daniel Bubel in the ball game to replace Payne. They were teammates. They were teammates in high school at Granbury last year. We got 4 freshmen from Granbury on this team. All of them got to play in Alpine the other night. McMurrian gets this one to go. 4-2 now is the score, and it's in the favor of UT Tyler. Lob it down low to Quentin Callaway. He's on the baseline. Moves it outside. Bubel's going to shoot a long one. It's no good. Fight for the rebound. I think this is going to be a call against McMurrian of UT Tyler. That's going to be it. Good job of Perry getting inside position. Jackets hunting their 3rd win of the season. Started slow, got a couple of wins, and then nothing good here of late. Here's Brandon Irwin off the baseline, shooting no good. Perry rebounds, back up, can't get it to go. And again on the rebound, it's a fast break for UT Tyler, 3-on-2, and they butterfinger it away. It's Irwin the other direction, leans, no good. And UT Tyler out with it again. Josh Twine got the rebound. Now here's Neil Welch dropping it down underneath. Turn, shot, hand in his face, still goes by Hakeem Kareem. It's a good, tough bucket falling away. 6-2 in favor of the Patriots. 2:40 into the opening half. Keith Perry between the circles. Bubel to Callaway. Callaway in the near corner, outside to Perry. He's going to back his way in, spin move, shoots it short. Rebound Bryant, kicks it out. And here's Callaway, wide open 3 off the back of the iron. It goes. Ball out of bounds. It'll be UT Tyler with the basketball in. First off the bench for them is going to be Kevin Murray out of Fort Worth Brewer. 6-2 UT Tyler. Inside of 17 minutes to play here, the first half, brought to you by Stanley Dodge on the Ox. Last game for a week. We'll be back on the air next Thursday. And here's Neil Welch missing a 3. Bryant with the rebound. Kick it out. Irwin down the right side to Callaway. Leans underneath. Up top, Irwin. Man on him, but not too tight. Now they'll go low to Bubel. He'll try to toss it inside to Irwin on the baseline. Josh Twine got a hand on it and flicked it out of bounds. And it will be Howard Payne with the basketball in. From underneath, 23 on the shot clock. Irwin, Bryant, way out on the perimeter. Bryant gives it over to Bubel. Bubel on the right wing, up top Callaway. Hand in his face, gets it over to Bubel, launching a 16-footer. It skids off the iron, goes out of bounds on Bryant, and it'll be ball in for UT Tyler. We mentioned the three-point shooting a moment ago for Howard Payne. That's one of the positives on this team. Zane Smith, 32.5%. Grant Young hit the only one he's taken in Alpine the other day. Campbell, 33%. John Bryant, 39%. 36% for Brandon Irwin. We were talking about Keith Perry. He's at 22.5%. That's not horrible, but it's not real good either. Lob pass underneath. UT Tyler deflected away by Howard Payne. Down the court, Irwin backs it up to Bryant. Head of the key, launches it, and he got it. High bounce. Boy, you don't see that every day. That's a long three. Hit the back of the iron, went straight up in the air, and came down and fell through. John Bryant gets the bucket. It's 7-5 now in favor of UT Tyler. They'll fire away on the right side. This one's up. Michael Johnson, he misfires. Yellow Jackets come out with the basketball. Move it down court. Callaway, head of the key, drives free throw line, floats it up off the glass and in. Nice move by Quentin Callaway.
His second runner of the game, and has a chance for a three-point play out of this one.
7-7 game. That's a heck of a nice move by Callaway as he kind of exploded around the head of the key, drove into the paint, got cut off, floated that thing up, and found the net. 7-6 Howard Payne. Sorry. Called it a 7-7 game. We've got our first lead of the ball game. Callaway trying to finish off the three-point play here. It is up and it is no good, so it stays a 7-6 ball game.
Henry Valadares in the ball game now.
Valadares, 6'3", sophomore out of McAllen. There's a jumper off the left side. That's up and in. That's going to be a 17-footer by Travan Portia. He just came into the ball game during the break a moment ago. 8-7 UT Tyler has the lead in the ball game. Bubel at the head of the key, looks low, kicks it off right side. Perry shakes free of a defender, drives, got it, and they're going to take it away. It's going to be an offensive foul on Perry.
That was not a bad play on Keith's part. He whirled and went to the basket when his player gambled on a pass, but the defender did a good job rotating over and drawing a charge.
Timeout, 14:35 to go in the half, and it's 8-7 UT Tyler, and we're back on the Ox in 1 minute.
All right, you've got 10.
We continue the Stanley Dodge first half here on the Ox. 3 of 11 shooting for us, 3 of 5 for them. We've taken 6 more shots than they have into the paint. Portia, and he didn't put on the brakes in time. Traveling is called on him. 6-5 rebounding advantage for them. 8-7 UT Tyler with the lead. Callaway to Valadares off the left side. Farther left to Keith Perry. Valadares back with the ball. Brandon Irwin on the right wing. And defense for UT Tyler. Callaway just lost control of it. I think it's, they're going to say it's off the foot of Callaway. Callaway claiming it hit one of the guys in orange, but the appeal for naught. UT Tyler with the basketball. Trayvon Portia out of Waco University High with the basketball. They roll it around the top of the key. Kevin Murray back to Portia. He'll drive inside. A little head fake and up with the shot. Jonathan Joyner. He also just came off the bench a moment ago. They got a lot of depth on this team. His shot up and no good. Now here's Irwin off the right side for Howard Payne. Lob it outside to Quentin Callaway. 8-7 ball game. Valadares head of the key. Bounce at Irwin on the left side. Irwin now spinning in on the baseline. Puts it up and got it. Brandon Irwin gives us the lead back.
Good strong drive down that left baseline.
Brandon, the leading scorer on this team at 15.5 per game. 9-8 Howard Payne. Here's a jumper, 15 out. That's a terrible looking shot off the side of the glass. Didn't even draw iron. Perry down the left side. Holds up at the arc to Callaway. Way deep. Got it. 12-8 Howard Payne with a lead of 4 now. as we hit the 13-minute mark of the opening half, and the Yellow Jackets playing very well here at the start of the ball game. Jonathan Joyner, head of the key. Kick it off left side to Dexter McMarion. He's going to slash his way into the paint. Hand it back to Lewis Harris. He'll drive and knock down Keith Perry, who set up beautifully, and that's got to be an offensive foul on Lewis Harris, who just checked into the game at the last break. And speaking of checking into the ball game, who is that? John Bryant?
Bryant coming back in.
Yeah, Bryant is in. Keith Perry is going to take a breather. Zane Smith is going to head into the ball game at the next opportunity. 12-8 basketball game. Callaway between the circles. Free throw line. Booble up. Missed the shot. And the short guy, Trayvon Portia. Little 6-footer in the Valley of the Giants up for the rebound. Kick it off right wing. Howard Payne man-to-man defensively. McMarion on the left side. Bryant on him. Now Callaway reaches in, tries to slap the ball away. They hang on to it. And now driving inside off the right wing is Kevin Murray. And I'm not sure it wasn't Callaway who messed things up there, John. He got into traffic and somebody hit the ball and he stumbled. And a traveling violation on him.
Good job helping on defense that time, moving your feet.
Zane Smith in. Callaway with some excellent minutes. And I started to say came out of the ball game. Callaway didn't come out of the ball game. Who is that, Booble that came out? I think we just went real short. Long three on the way. I think it's Brandon Irwin launching that one. It's off the iron, goes out of bounds, and they'll shoot 5 new ones in for UT Tyler. A lot of depth on this ball club, as we mentioned a moment ago. Boy, how short are we out there? Zane Smith, Quentin Callaway, John Bryant, Henry Valadares, and Brandon Irwin. Can we get any shorter?
Valadares is our big man at this point, it looks like. He's not very big.
At 6'3", yeah.
That's stretching.
12-8 basketball game in favor of Howard Payne. Drive, baseline, underneath, reverse lay-in, no good. They get the rebound, back up, no good. That's T.J. Shaw who missed. Zane Smith coming out with it. Zane down the left side, doesn't like the matchup, backs it up, 5-on-5 game. It's Callaway back to Zane. Callaway at the point. And Callaway penetrates in, spin move in the paint, puts it up. It's a little short. Got his own rebound, up in. Now Quentin Callaway is enjoying the extra minutes he's getting this afternoon. And a timeout call will keep it here. 14-8 Howard Payne.
Ronald Wright is coming in now. We're going to not get much taller, but we're going to get a whole lot stronger.
Now Ronald, a football player at Howard Payne, used up eligibility, I think, in football. Still has some left in basketball, so he switches. 5'10", 240-pound, you're tempted to say linebacker.
I was going to say, yeah.
But he got the start against Sul Ross the other day. It just shows you how hard he's worked in practice and how much he's impressed the coaches. 14-8, Howard Payne. And this is a nice 7-point run for the Yellow Jackets right here, who, John, I think are playing very well.
I agree.
UT Tyler with the basketball. Hard to keep up with their players. They're just rotating 5 in about every 2 or 3 minutes or every time the coach gets frustrated. Head of the key, it's Kareem as he tries to drive left and somebody grabbed him, and that's going to be a foul on Howard Payne's
Ronald Wright.
Ronald Wright. They get the ball in. 4th foul on Howard Payne, 3 against UT Tyler here in the early going. Michael Johnson, head of the key, backs up and fires and misses. And an offensive, they tried to get an offensive rebound. They're going to call an over and back on Kareem. That'll be his first. Howard Payne with the ball in. Let's see who's coming into the game. Ross Whittet is going to go into the ball game for Howard Payne. And finally, they'll give Quentin Callaway a breather. That'll put Zane at the point now. And Whittet will go to that 2 guard. They stay very, very short. Ronald Wright between the circles, left side, bad pass as Zane broke left and right through it behind him. And that'll give UT Tyler the ball, or will it? I don't know. There's a discussion here between the officials as to whose ball it is. And they are going to give it to UT Tyler. 11:06 to play in the first half of the ball game. First half brought to you by Stanley Dodge. You're listening to Jacket Action on the Ox and worldwide on the internet. Nice to have you along this afternoon, this evening. T.J. Shaw looking inside. Good defense down there. They'll work the perimeter and walk with the ball. Traveling on Michael Johnson, it'll give Howard Payne the basketball. Non-conference game in the, I think the first or second Howard Payne game of the year, second Howard Payne game of the year. We played these guys and lost to them by 65-58. Zane Smith down the left side, back it up to Ronald Wright. Around the perimeter they go, and here's a shot. John Bryant leaning back, shooting a three. It's no good. Got his own rebound on a hustle play. Up, lay in, no good. He got fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot two. That's just hustle by John Bryant.
Wasn't artistic, but it was tough.
DeJohn John is in the ballgame. He might make the all-name team this year. DeJohn John committed the foul. John Bryant, a great play. Hits the free throw. Bryant leaned back, shot the three. It caromed off the iron, and he just ran into traffic and grabbed the rebound back, slashed to the hole, and got fouled. Bryant's second, no good. And it's a 15-8 game. It is an 8-point run for Howard Payne. Michael Johnson on the perimeter to DeJohn John, and we've got a whistle away from the ball, and this is going to be an offensive foul. And Jonathan Jones of UT Tyler picks this one up. It'll give us the ball again. Midway opening half, 10:21 on the clock. 15-8 is our score. Howard Payne leading UT Tyler by 7 points. Trying for their first win in a while. Zane Smith way on the outside, penetrates in over to Ronald Wright in the corner. Here's Bryant with the ball. Bryant moves outside, back inside. Now leans and shoots it into Valadares or to Whitted. He shoots it back outside. Zane Smith penetrates, throws it up with the right hand and got it to go. That's Whitted with a nice pass to Zane, who got that thing up off the right side and got it in. Now UT Tyler the other way. They butterfinger the ball a couple of times. It flies out of bounds and a timeout on the floor. 17-8 on the runner by Zane Smith. 9:43 to go in the first half. And Yellow Jacket basketball will continue on the Ox in 1 minute.
You've got 10.
Thank you, man. Jackets only shooting 37%, John, but we've taken 9 more shots than they have.
Well, you sure can't fault the hustle.
5 offensive rebounds, the reason. UT Tyler, I said Howard Payne's going to get the ball. It's UT Tyler with the basketball. They got several new players on the floor. They run about 10, 11 deep. Now here's a long three by Neil Welch. It's up and no good. They rebound underneath, put it back up, and put it in. That's an offensive rebound by Hakeem Kareem. We're still pretty short out there, John, and they made us pay on the glass that time. 9:19 to go. It's 17-10, and that breaks a 10-point run for Howard Payne. Went from 8-7 down to 17-8 up. Hook shot, Bryant off the baseline, up and no good. And Hakeem comes down with a rebound. 3-on-3 the other direction. They go deep in the corner. Now on the outside, Johnson penetrates. Got it deep. Hakeem, and he shoots underneath. No good. Rebound tipped to the outside. I think it's off Howard Payne as it goes flying out of bounds. Back in the game, Josh Twine, kid out of Hemphill. Keith Perry is going to come back in for us.
Don't you like the name Twine? Tickle the...
Don't go there. Stanley Dodge sponsoring our first half here on the Ox. 17-10, Howard Payne. They just threw it away on the inbounds, didn't they? Now they save it. Nope, stepped on the line. Twine went high to save it. They say he stepped on the line. Give the Yellow Jackets the basketball with 8:55 to play in the game, in the first half. Zane Smith, the Brownwood junior, in between the circles. Goes to Whitted, who's getting some good minutes here early on. Ross Whitted out of Granbury, 6'1" kid. He's going to penetrate, put it up, get it. Foul! Count the bucket. On a move to the hole by Ross Whitted. And the foul is going to be on John DeJean of UT Tyler. Ross Whitted only averages a couple of points a game. Very, very limited playing time this year. Getting an opportunity here, and he hits the free throw. Three-point play the old-fashioned way by Ross Whitted. 20-10, Howard Payne. Line three, up, no good. They get the offensive rebound. Put it back and put it in. Josh Twine getting credit for the bucket. 20-12 ball game. We just threw it away on the inbounds. Neil Welch with the ball. He's cut off by Valadares as he attempted a three. Now up top it's Hakeem or Kareem. Kareem leans toward the bucket, shoots right. Michael Johnson launching a three. It's off the iron. Howard Payne bounds it and gets it to Zane down the left side. Head of the key, Ronald Wright over to Whitted. Right free throw line extended. Up top, Valadares back over to Zane. Sees an opening, drives in the paint. Up good. That wasn't a lay-in. He was about 6 or 7 feet out. Got a foul on Keith Perry as UT Tyler runs to the floor. Michael Johnson cut off by Perry. Not in time, though, and Keith is called for the foul. That's going to be the second on him. Brandon Irwin into the ballgame. And Daniel Bubel goes back into the ballgame as well. 7:48 to play in the half. Howard Payne 22, UT Tyler 12. It's about as solid as I've seen the Jackets play this year, John.
Yeah, it is. Good minutes by Ross Whitted and Ronald Wright both.
Twine with the ball way on the outside. Hand back McMurrian. Drives into the paint, crosses over to the other side, leans, pushes one up, and draws contact. There's a Howard Payne foul that's going to be called.
Valadares.
And that's Valadares. Henry Valadares is called for the foul. Dexter McMurrian at the free throw line. He'll have a couple of shots here. The free throw is good. Jackets 22, UT Tyler 13. Second shot coming for McMurrian, 6'2" senior. Knocks this one down also. Now they apply full court pressure for the first time in the ball game. Up to Perry. They're trapping on the ball. This is where we had so much trouble in Alpine. Zane Smith pushed down. That's going to be a foul. Zane trying to fight his way to midcourt. He got sandwiched. Somebody bumped him and he went down. And Kevin Murray gets the foul. You weren't with us Tuesday. It was just an awful sight out in Alpine. We had like 27 turnovers in that ball game, 22 steals by Sul Ross. I mean, every time we'd get in the front court and they'd run a trap at us, we just couldn't hang on to the ball. I have a feeling we worked on it yesterday. Zane Smith, free throw, good. 23-14, 7:32 to go. Zane at the line again. We're on a 1-and-1. They will be on our next foul. Up good again. Jackets 24, UT Tyler 14. Up by 10 over the Patriots and looking good here in the Coliseum this afternoon. We'll be back in action next Thursday. Here's a long three. It's good. Portia knocks this one down. Full court pressure again, 24-17. Zane in the backcourt, got 10 seconds to make midcourt. Valadares trying to get it ahead, knocked away. Irwin able to run it down. Double team again in the front court. Irwin hands it over. Valadares cuts to the hole, scores.
They committed to trapping all over the floor, and of course the risk of that, if you don't get the ball contained, got a layup out of it.
26-17, Howard Payne on the Valadares bucket, his first of the contest. Lewis Harris up head of the key. They drop it down low to Twine. Twine trying to find somebody. Now McMurrian, free throw line, fires underneath. Got the ball underneath on the baseline to Lewis Harris, but he stepped on the line. That'll give the Yellow Jackets the ball with a 9-point lead and 6:35 to go in the half. Josh Brock here at halftime to talk women's basketball. A 101-56 win for the Lady Jackets this afternoon. Irwin left of the circle. Hands it over to Zane Smith. Zane backs it into the near corner. Now comes to the outside. Clock down to 6:20. He'll back up to the midcourt line. Over to Irwin. Right free throw line extended. Bounces it down low. Keith Perry. Keith, still a dribble coming. Takes it, backs it up. Now head of the key to Valadares. Valadares, 7 on the shot clock. Over to Zane Smith. Zane backing up. Can't find a shot. Now leans into a defender. Draws contact. Throws up a prayer. No foul call. And it's an air ball. And the other way, UT Tyler. They get a mismatch underneath. Turning, scoring is McMarion. 26-19. The Howard Payne lead at 7. 5:45 to go in the half. Between the circles, Brandon Irwin. Left side, Booble. Up top, Keith Perry. Looks down low, now drives inside the arc. Goes back out of the key over to Irwin. Quick three-pointer, yes!
And that's really one of the few good looks he's gotten this first half.
29-19, Howard Payne by 10. They drop it down low. It's touched by Perry, deflected out of bounds. And it'll be UT Tyler with the basketball in. John Bryant's going to go back in. Quentin Callaway's going to go back in. And again, 5:22 on the clock. Howard Payne still with a 10-point advantage in this ball game. Jackets hunting only their 3rd win of the campaign. UT Tyler, a 7-3 ball club coming in, and they are plenty talented. Head of the key, Portia. He's going to drive off the left side of the lane, fire it up, and get it to roll in. Portia with a bucket. The lead is 8 at 29-21. We approach the 5-minute mark of the Stanley Dodge opening half. Keith Perry outside, head of the key. Down low, Booble, great pass up, shot blocked from behind. Whistle foul, it's going to be on Lewis Harris. And it was a terrific entry pass by Keith Perry.
Yeah, he was way beyond the top of the circle when he made the pass.
Timeout on the floor, 4:58 left to play in the half. It's Howard Payne 29, UT Tyler 21. And Jacket basketball on the Ox continues in 1 minute.
You've got 10.
Well, here are the numbers. Howard Payne, 44% shooting, 42% for Texas Tyler. Rebounds, 15-12. They have the advantage. Check the turnovers. Since we had 27 on Tuesday, we only have 5 turnovers here in the first half, John. I think that's the difference today. Boogle at the line, shooting a couple of shots here. First one is up and good. His first point of the ball game. 6'8", his size. 30-21, Howard Payne has the advantage. Second shot up, good also. And again, for about the 3rd time in the half, we have a 10-point advantage. Driving in is Brandon Levine. He just came into the ballgame, fired up one on the baseline. It's no good. Perry's going to shoot it out. Callaway at the point. Between the circles, goes to Bryant. Good, quick first step, gets to the baseline. Outside, back inside. Perry has it. Double team on him. Can't find a shot. Needs help. Callaway comes out to help. 17 on the shot clock. Callaway drives, free throw line. Backs it up. Open Irwin, 3. Good. Brandon Irwin.
Good finish by Brandon Irwin. Good penetration by Quentin Callaway setting that up.
His second 3 of the ball game. 34-21. Howard Payne's biggest lead of the ball game. Got a whistle away from the ball. I think this is going to be Howard Payne foul. away from the basketball, and it is, as they're going to call this on Daniel Bubel. First on him. Kenyon Payne started the game, got 2 quick fouls. He hadn't been in since. Ronald Wright is about to go back in for Howard Payne. Well, now they set him down on the bench. At the free throw line, it's going to be Jonathan Joyner, 6'9" player for UT Tyler. His free throw is no good. It's a 1-and-1. Doesn't get the second. And Howard Payne's got the rebound as Bryant pulls it down. Here's Callaway going to work between the circles. Dribble alive with the left hand. Gets it over to Bryant on the left side. Back to Callaway. Works the baseline. Kicks it back. Keith Perry steps back behind the arc. Got it. Keith Perry.
Keith got a good open look that time, and he's a very good shooter when he has time.
37-21, if you can believe it. Howard Payne by 16. They go inside, kick it out to Johnson, right side, penetrate, leave it deep, three-pointer up in, and this is going to be Hakeem Kareem, who knocks down about a 23-footer.
He's pretty tough.
37-24, he is.
Inside now.
And away from the ball, Howard Payne with the ball in the front court, and we're going to get an offensive foul. Somebody set an illegal screen. It's going to be Keith Perry, and that hurts because that's number 3. Get him out of the game as Ronald Wright will go in. 3:33 on the first half clock. This is still an excellent first half, John, for Howard Payne.
Very, very well done.
It's hard to believe, and I know you weren't there, but it's hard.
I'm glad I wasn't from what you told me.
It's hard to believe how this team looked in Alpine and how they're looking right now. Long three, no good. Here's a rebound by Callaway. Off Bryant, left side, back to Quinton. Wide open three from on top, no good. Bryant, good hustle, rebound again. Got the bounce off the floor. Over to right free throw line extended. Back to Bryant. Bryant has the ball knocked away. There's a foul. That's going to be Portia picking up the foul. Put John Bryant at the line, and we ought to be in a double bonus here. 2 shots the rest of the half, 3:05 to play in the Stanley Dodge opening half. Reminder again, our Comanche Appliance postgame show will feature a wrap-up of the women's game and the men's game as well, and interviews. John Bryant at the free throw line. Yes. 5 points for him. Going into the ball game, Kenyon Payne, who got in very early foul trouble. He goes in for Bubel, 38-24 after the free throw by Bryant. Eyes the bucket down to our left, pulls the trigger, and nothing but nylon on this one. 6 for Bryant, 39 Howard Payne, 24 UT Tyler. We had 2 wins coming in. They had 7. We had 2 conference wins. They had 3. Off the left wing, here's Levine trying to get inside. They'll give it up to Kareem. Kareem, great pass inside, back to Levine. Up, got the shot, and there is a foul. And it's going to be Kenyon Payne. Boy, he has just not been able to stay in the game long enough to do much of anything. Levine with the bucket. 39-26 now the score as he stands at the free throw line. 2:45 to go. Free throw is good. Yellow Jackets, a very, very good first half. 2:40 and the clock running. Callaway right of the circle, left of the circle to Kenyon Payne. Back to Callaway, man-to-man defense, both teams. All the way in this one. Here's Irwin off the right wing. Dribbling, turns his back to the defense. Give it up to Callaway in the corner. Comes to the outside. Eyes the defender. Now the ball knocked away from him. He's able to pick it up with 10 on the clock. Drives baseline, floats it up. It's no good. Rebound, tip. Callaway got it. Back on this side. New shot clock. Down low to Bryant. Up top, Brandon Irwin. Irwin starts left. Now they give it up to Bryant in the corner. His 3, no good. Levine with the rebound. Jackets by 12 at the 2-minute mark of the opening half. And they start inside, and they'll call Bryant as on a foul as he reached in and grabbed the arm of Neil Welch as he ran by. And now Bubel is going to come back into the ballgame after a quick breather because Payne has 3 fouls. John Bryant getting his first foul a moment ago. And at the free throw line, here's Michael Johnson. You don't want these guys to get a spurt here right before halftime. Bryant's free throw, it's a 2-shot situation. Doesn't matter, it's up and in. He averages 11 a game. That's his first point in the game. Howard Payne, a quickie timeout. We'll keep it here. And I'm not sure that Troy Drummond, John, isn't saying about the same thing I said on the air.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because right here you've got a couple of minutes left, and you would hate to let them get a spurt, because we played a very solid half, played well defensively, played extremely hard, and gotten some production from a lot of people. And so, no, you don't want to let them get a spurt and go in feeling good at halftime.
Yeah, and
I'd like to put a sign over their door saying, "You're going to Alpine as soon as this is over," just to make them think about that at halftime.
Oh, me. I'll guarantee you that'll be an up-and-down ball game. Mercy sakes. You know, it's, I think our biggest lead in this thing has been, I know we've been up at least 15. I guess 15 was the top. May have been 17. I can't think now. Anyway, here's Michael Johnson back at the line. This one's good also.
Showing the full court 1-2-1-1 zone press again.
Zane Smith goes in for Howard Payne. As we'll get short, and that's what we need to be at this point of the game. 1:55 to go in the half. Callaway, they run a double team at him to Bryant to Irwin. They got 10 to make midcourt. Back over to Bryant, back to Ronald Wright. And they're in the front court. That's all they need to do. Now they'll set up. And here's Irwin. He's going to drive, and he got the bucket on a sensational acrobatic shot, and he got fouled in the act. Levine got the foul. Brandon Irwin with a huge bucket. And I tell you what, you know, I thought we were going to, John, kind of be conservative and set things up and everything, and all of a sudden Irwin touched the ball. He just took off in an acrobatic shot to make it 41-29. He does miss the free throw, and Bryant gets another foul on the rebound. Number 2 on him. They're going to be shooting again. 100 seconds to play in the first half. We'll talk women's basketball at halftime. A blowout win for Josh Prock and the Lady Jackets. Thanks to all of our sponsors for this evening's broadcast, including Farm Bureau, Slotsky's, Bostix Auto and Truck Sales, Comanche Community Health Center, and Comanche National Bank. Free throw up and no good by Hakeem Kareem. 41-29 the score. Free throw good this time. And it's an 11-point Howard Payne lead against that pressure. Right to Bryant and to Zane Smith. Terrific ball handler. He's in the front court. They run a double team at him. Doesn't have any effect. Callaway over to Wright. Right free throw line extended. Ball high over his head. Dribble coming. He doesn't take it. Give it up to Bryant on the baseline. Brings it outside. Hands it over to Callaway as we approach 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now down low to Irwin, and he'll post up and turn and get stripped of the ball. It goes out of bounds. 10 on the shot clock as we'll get the ball in from underneath our basket. 1:16 on the game clock. Howard Payne up by 11. Zane Smith on the out-of-bounds play, still looking. Finally, Bryant way out around midcourt. Down to 8 seconds. Give it up to Callaway, left side. He's going to work behind the back dribble, and he got shoved. He wasn't even close to putting a ball up, but Neil Welch reached in and fouled him. And Callaway will go to the free throw line here, and he'll have a 1-and-1, or 2 shots.
Yeah, both teams are in a 2-shot foul situation.
Callaway at the free throw line, 83.5% on the year. That's excellent. And this one's good. He's in double figures with 10. And so is Brandon Irwin. It's 42-30. Howard Payne. Second shot, good. As bad as we played Tuesday, that's how good we're playing today. Down to a minute to go as Callaway hit both free throws. 11 points for him in the game now. Neil Welch way on the outside to Levine. Down low, here's Hakeem going to work up with the left hand. No good. Fighting to get his own rebound. Battle for the ball. They're going to call a Howard Payne foul inside on Hakeem again. And they're going to call this on Ronald Wright. Second on him. So Hakeem Kareem goes to the free throw line. 2 more shots and 54 seconds to play in the Stanley Dodge opening half here on the Ox. Free throw good. Kareem averages a dozen a game. He's up to 9 in this one. Howard Payne 43, UT Tyler 31. Hakeem Kareem, 6'3" senior.
A big muscular left-handed kid.
Yeah, he's 200-pounder. Up and good again. He's the first player in double figures for them. 43-32 now the score. 50 seconds. And the clock running. Right, up high. Shoot it off right side. Callaway starts in, back up in the corner. Back out to right. Zane Smith at the head of the key. Shot clock at 18. Right free throw line extended. Zane out between the circles, starts right. Back to the defense, now faces his defender. Spinning his way in at the free throw line, back outside to right, over to Callaway. Sees an opening, drives the baseline up, reverse lay-in won't go. Rebound out of bounds, tipped out by Howard Payne. 20 seconds to go in the half. The Jacket lead at 11. It's been double digits for the last 10 minutes or so. Maybe even longer than that. UT Tyler, the final 20 seconds. Kevin Murray with the ball as he'll stroll toward the front court. Finally into the front court. Callaway out to apply some pressure. Down to 10 seconds. Callaway on Kevin Murray, and we got a 5-count called on UT Tyler, and the Jackets get the ball.
Really good job, Quentin Callaway, moving his feet and keeping that cushion within 6 feet.
7 seconds to go. Let's see. They're going to put Valadares in the ball game here during the break as Wright goes out. That'll give them some offensive punch.